You want to talk about one force that can trigger cancers to grow fast? That turbocharging you were talking about, it's going to be inflammation. So you got to keep your gut really, really calm in terms of let your gut do the work for us. The other thing that our gut does is it primes our immune system. 70% of our immune system actually lives inside the walls of our gut.
Doctors spend years studying the heart, the lungs, the brain, and almost no time on the organ that controls all three, your gut. 39 trillion bacteria live inside it right now, more than every star visible in the night sky. And those bacteria are not just digesting your food, they are regulating your inflammation levels, training your immune system, sending chemical signals directly to your brain. When that ecosystem is healthy, your body does what it was designed to do. When it is damaged, and most people over 60 have more damage than they realize, inflammation spreads, immunity weakens, and the conditions your doctor keeps telling you to watch out for quietly get worse. In this video, we will reveal 3 foods to heal your gut, boost immunity, and destroy inflammation after 60, based on Dr. William Li's research. And by the end of this video, you will never look at your grocery store the same way again. Dr. William Li is a Harvard-trained physician and scientist who has spent his career asking one question that most researchers never thought to ask. Not what drugs can do to the human body, but what food can. He founded the Angiogenesis Foundation, which has helped develop treatments for over 70 diseases, including cancer, diabetes, and blindness. His research spans more than 100 peer-reviewed scientific journals, and when he sat down and tested over 200 different foods against the same laboratory systems used to develop pharmaceutical drugs, the results changed the way he thought about medicine entirely. Some of those foods were as potent as the drugs they were testing alongside. Some were more potent. Most people think about gut health in terms of digestion, bloating, gas, discomfort. But Dr. Li's research points to something far more significant. Your gut is where your immune system receives its instructions. And when those instructions are disrupted, the consequences reach every organ in your body.
Our gut bacteria talks through the wall of the gut to our immune system. Picture this. You're a freshman in college, you're in a college dorm, you got a roommate next door, and you got a really thin wall. What do you guys do when you're a freshman? You yell through the wall at your roommate, "Hey, what do you want for pizza? What do you want on your pizza?" And they can yell back at you. And this is exactly how the gut bacteria and immune system talk to each other through the wall of your gut.
When that wall goes silent, when the gut bacteria are damaged or depleted, your immune system stops receiving instructions. And that is when disease finds its opening. Food number 1, kefir. Most people reach for yogurt when they think about gut health, and yogurt is not a bad choice. But here's the difference. A standard probiotic yogurt contains 2 to 3 bacterial strains. Kefir contains between 30 and 50. That is not a small gap. That is a completely different category of food. But the number of strains is not even the most important distinction. What matters is what those strains can do once they enter your digestive system. Research shows kefir's bacterial strains demonstrate superior survival through the gastrointestinal tract, arriving in greater numbers at the site where the gut microbiome actually lives. A Stanford University study published in 2021 tracked people who increased their fermented food intake, including kefir, over a 10-week period. At the end of 10 weeks, their gut microbiome diversity had increased significantly, and their inflammatory markers had dropped more than those on a high-fiber diet alone. 4 ounces of plain kefir in the morning, not flavored, not sweetened. Look for the words "live and active cultures" on the label. Whole milk kefir if you can tolerate dairy, coconut kefir if you prefer not to. Food number 2, kimchi. Kimchi is one of the most studied fermented foods on Earth. Researchers have published hundreds of scientific papers examining what happens inside the human body when this traditional Korean dish is eaten regularly over time. And what those studies consistently show is a food that works on multiple systems at once. Kimchi contains Lactobacillus plantarum, a bacterial strain that in clinical research has been shown to measurably reduce the inflammatory cytokines that drive chronic disease in the body after 60. But the bacteria are only half the story. The cabbage itself contains naturally occurring compounds called isothiocyanates, the same family of anti-cancer compounds found in broccoli and Brussels sprouts. These compounds have been studied for their ability to interfere with the growth of abnormal cells. 2 mechanisms, 1 food, and there is a third. Kimchi has been shown in research to improve insulin sensitivity, which means your body clears blood sugar from the bloodstream more efficiently. Chronically elevated blood sugar is one of the primary drivers of inflammation in the body after 60. Most people never connect the two. 2 tablespoons alongside lunch or dinner. That is the dose. It does not need to be more than that. Before food number 3, everything in this video, all 3 foods, the exact amounts, a label guide, a shopping list, and a 7-day meal plan, is in the free guide in the first comment below. It is called Protect Your Gut After 50. Type 0 when it asks for a price. Get it now, because food number 3 is the one most people have been eating wrong their entire lives.
There was a stunning research paper that was published in the journal Nature that looked at the connection between antibiotics, which are designed to kill bacteria, and breast cancer survival. Okay. And they found in a large population of women that the more rounds of antibiotics they got, the worse their survival is. Now, remember I told you the gut microbiome is actually responsible for lowering inflammation and boosting your immune system.
Most women over 60 have taken multiple rounds of antibiotics over their lifetime. But that study published in Nature is telling us something most doctors never mention when they hand over that prescription. Every round strips away a portion of the gut microbiome that took years to build, and in that large population of women, the cumulative damage to the gut was directly correlated with how well their bodies could fight cancer, which is exactly why food number 3 matters more than most people realize. Food number 3, real sourdough bread. Walk into any supermarket right now and pick up a loaf labeled sourdough. Turn it over, read the ingredients. If it says yeast, it is not sourdough. If it says vinegar, it is not sourdough. If it contains dough conditioners, preservatives, or anything you cannot pronounce, it is commercial bread with the word sourdough on the packaging. Real sourdough has 3 ingredients: flour, water, salt. That is the entire list. And the reason that distinction matters is not about taste or texture. It is about what happens during the fermentation process that commercial sourdough skips entirely. When bread is made the traditional way, with a live starter culture that ferments slowly over many hours, naturally occurring lactobacillus bacteria break down the grain in a way that commercial yeast cannot replicate. That slow fermentation does 3 things the supermarket loaf cannot. It pre-digests the grain, making nutrients significantly more bioavailable. It reduces phytic acid, the compound in grain that blocks your body from absorbing minerals properly. And it produces organic acids that research shows have a measurable effect on how your gut microbiome responds to the bread you eat. People who regularly consume traditionally fermented sourdough show different gut microbiome profiles than those eating commercially produced bread. Dr. Lee specifically highlights the lactobacillus cultures in sourdough as part of his gut health research, pointing to the fermentation process itself as what makes this bread fundamentally different from anything sitting in the commercial bread aisle. Find real sourdough at an artisan bakery or farmer's market. 3 ingredients, nothing else. 1 to 2 slices daily alongside your meals.
So when your gut is actually healthy, well-fed with polyphenols, dietary fiber, it will talk nicely to your immune system and tell your immune system what to do. Strong immune system, you can actually fight invaders from the outside of the body as well as invaders from the inside of the body, i.e., cancer cells, a drug dealer sitting on the street corner in a suburban neighborhood, right? That's the microscopic cancer. You want your immune system to be really strong to be able to do that.
Every single day, your immune system is identifying and destroying microscopic abnormal cells before they ever develop into anything dangerous. It does this quietly, without any symptoms, without you knowing. But it can only do this effectively when the gut is feeding it the right instructions. Kefir, kimchi, and real sourdough all work through the same pathway, rebuilding the bacterial population that keeps that communication clear and that immune response strong. Before you leave, I have one question. Most people eat some version of bread every single day without ever reading the ingredient label. Have you ever checked the back of your sourdough loaf? Drop yes or no in the comments right now. You might be surprised how many people watching this video have never looked. The free guide for this video is in the first comment below. Protect your gut after 50. It has all 3 foods, the exact amounts, what to look for on labels when you shop, a 7-day meal plan, and 5 additional foods from Dr. Lee's research that work alongside everything we covered today. Type 0 when it asks for a price. Print it. Put it on your fridge. The next time you find yourself in the bread aisle or the dairy section, you'll know exactly what to look for. Many people accept a certain version of aging without questioning it. This includes slow digestion, unexplained inflammation, and an unreliable immune system. Science is starting to trace everything back to the same source, the 39 trillion bacteria residing in your gut, waiting to be fed the proper nutrients. Everything in this video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. If you manage a digestive condition, chronic illness, or take regular medications, please speak with your doctor before making dietary changes. This channel is not affiliated with or endorsed by Dr. William Lee. All content is based on his publicly available research, interviews, and published work. Your gut is not finished healing, not at 60, not at 70, not at 80. And until next time, nourish yourself well.